Welcome back into the AppleSox pregame show, and we're joined here by the head coach of the Spokane Expos. It's not often that we get to speak to the visiting head coach, but it makes sense tonight, especially since Brandon Harmon was a former AppleSox player back in 2005 with a couple notable names. Clayton Mortensen, one of them, a very good ace for the AppleSox, but you were right up there as well with that low ERA, and it's good to have you back, Coach.
Yeah, it's good to be back here in Wenatchee. I definitely tell people that my two summers I got to spend here in 04 and then in 05 are two of my most memorable summers playing with just the guys and with Coach Nags and the whole host family experience. It's a great place to play summer baseball.
I know when we talked earlier this week, you told me you were trying to get the host family to come out here to the park. Any luck getting them out to Paul Thomas tonight?
You know, I talked to it's Glenn England, so he's not going to make it out tonight, but then actually tomorrow he's going to make it out. And the guy that was one of our other players that was a roommate with me there is going to be at the game in attendance tomorrow, Quinn Lesage. So it'll be a nice little reunion for all of us to chance to see each other and hopefully enjoy a night of baseball. So
Elliot Kribbe, another name that comes up that a lot of people are familiar with. He's the coach over at Seattle U, pitching coach for the Red Hawks. What was it like playing with him as well? And it's kind of fun to see all you guys as players come back to be coaches, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, Elliot's a great guy. We were good friends. Played two summers together here, and we also spent 1 year junior college together at Columbia Basin. It's fun to compete against him now as a coach. He's definitely someone, if you've been around him, he is very competitive and someone that I can consider a lifelong friend. And the experience we had here in Wenatchee definitely plays a big part of that.
Brandon Harmon here with us on the AppleSox pregame show. And, Coach, when we talk about AppleSox baseball in the summer in the West Coast League, you're familiar, as are all of these players, with the travel schedules, rolling around on bus rides. It's usually some pretty fun stories that come out of it. Is there anything that sticks out in your mind from those couple seasons here in Wenatchee?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of them. I could pull 10 different ones out right now, but I mean, I think the most memorable ones were always going up to Kelowna. Always something funny happening. I think it was my first summer in 04 when we were still in the PIL. Had a weird deal with Coach Nags, kind of got stopped at the border, and he didn't do anything wrong, but those border patrol made us feel pretty scared. I think they were just making a bunch of 19-year-old Americans know who the boss was, but it was definitely interesting. And a couple long trips down to Bend where we had guys sleeping in the rafters of the bus and on the floor. I mean, those are things that at the time that maybe you thought they were miserable. You look back, you wish you could do it again tomorrow instead of being 30 and having a job. So.
Well, it's interesting that you say that because some of the guys that have come back last year, we had a 15th year reunion, and they were looking at these guys taking batting practice and being out in the field and saying, these guys don't know how good they have it right now. Kind of heroes here in the local valley with a lot of the kids as well. This is essentially Major League Baseball in Wenatchee. So what would be the thing that you would say to these players now being able to look back on your time in the West Coast League, and what should they really try to take away from it?
I mean, the biggest thing, just keep it in perspective and realize how privileged they are. I mean, this isn't something that's guaranteed to them. I mean, some of them are going to find that out sooner than later. But I mean, just the perspective I have too, I've been around the New England League, the Alaska League, the Northwoods League, both player and coach, of how good they actually have it here in Wenatchee. I mean, like you said, they're the biggest thing in town in the summer. The fans get behind them, unbelievable community support. The league itself is extremely well run, and just they can't take it for granted on how good that they have it, because it can go away in a hurry, and unfortunately you only get three, maybe 4 summers to do something like this. So I would just say enjoy every day. And I know it's a long haul at times where you get towards the end of the summer and you want to get back to your school, and just they need to realize that those extra 15 days can be the most special days that they're going to have. So
Brandon Harmon, the head coach of the Spokane Expos, with us here on the pregame show. And, Coach, people are going to think very highly of your time in Wenatchee, and you've told the players to do the same. But now let's talk about your team here tonight, the Expos. How did the organization come about, and how have things been the last couple seasons for you guys?
Yeah, so had the opportunity. So with my role of coaching at Gonzaga as well, I also obviously coach a team in the summer. And so we're a 19U team. With my affiliation with Gonzaga, I have to have guys within a 50-mile radius of campus, just for NCAA rules. And so I don't really like to use the term select or travel, but that's essentially what we do, and kind of sell it as a college preparation type program. As you see as our roster, almost all of our guys are going on to the college level, and that's not necessarily an indication of what we're doing, but just those are the type of guys we want to have, and the focus that they're going to have coming out, and they want to get better. It's not just a summer to come out and they have a lot of fun, don't get me wrong on that, but it's to come out and improve and get ready for that next step of joining college baseball next year for a lot of them. So yeah, this is my third year as the boss on that, and we have, the last 2 years have been good. We won 2 or 3 tournaments last year, and we compete pretty good at our level for that age group.
All right, Coach. Well, we're looking forward to the competition tonight. A cool opportunity to take on the AppleSox, and good luck tonight against the Sox.
I appreciate it. We're very grateful for the opportunity. Appreciate the AppleSox organization for having us over.
All right, that was Brandon Harmon here on the pregame show. We're going to step aside. When we come back, time to take a look at tonight's lineups, and we'll get you on your way to the first pitch. It's the AppleSox and the Expos, game 1 of 2 here on the AppleSox Radio Network.